Gita on the go. It's going to be a short session so that you can hear it while you're driving or maybe cooking. So it doesn't take up much of your time, but at the same time gives you some very, very valuable insights. I hope I'm able to do this justice. I hope I'm able to speak what the former acharyas have spoken in the parampara. So today in this shloka number 3.32, the mood of Krishna is that of a father who is very loving and concerned for his children, but is a little annoyed at the mistakes they're making. So let's understand what Krishna is trying to say here. Just to remind you, in 3.30, Mai Sarvani Karmani Sanyasya Dhyatma Chetasa Nirashir Nirmamo Bhutva Yudhyasva Vigata Juraraha. Krishna had, advised us that with military discipline, well, it was not really a very soft advice. It was a slightly strict instruction from Krishna that without any sense of proprietorship, without any sense of ownership, proprietorship, and without any hope for getting the fruits of your work, with military discipline and by giving up all sort of lethargy, feverishness, you just go ahead and do your duty. And in 3.31, Krishna had said, this is my opinion. Ye me matam idam nityam anutishtanti manavaha. So Krishna was saying, this is my opinion. He's telling Arjun, and through Arjun he's telling us that those people who shraddhavanto, which means with a lot of faith, anusuyanto, without any jealousy, they follow my instructions, then they will be absolved of all sin. They will become liberated from this world. This is what Krishna had said in 3.31. And now in 3.32, Krishna tells what happens to those people who do not follow his instructions, who do not understand and apply his opinions in their lives. Well, we might say, we all say that, well, everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Why should I follow Krishna's opinion? I have my own. We'll see a logical answer to that. But first, let's say the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjan Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advait Gadadhar Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. Magic mantra. I hope you haven't forgotten this because we are meeting after some time. Okay. So what's the shlok? 3.32 reads, Ye tva etad abhyasuyanto nanutishtanti me matam sarvagyana vimudhamstan vidhi nashtan achetasaha. Looks like Krishna is a little annoyed. Well, he has a right to be, because he's the most loving and caring of fathers. And a loving and a caring father has a right to be a little chagrined, a little annoyed when the children don't listen to him. And when all the time he's speaking about their benefit, their well-being, something that is going to uplift them. When the children just refuse to listen to such a father, and they just want to go out in the world and do as they wish and walk on a path that is going to lead to their destruction, the father becomes out of his concern. He becomes a little annoyed, and maybe a little more than a little annoyed. Let's see what Krishna is saying in the translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. But those who, out of envy, disregard these teachings and do not follow them regularly are to be considered bereft of all knowledge befooled and ruined in their endeavors for perfection. In the previous sloka, Krishna was saying, this is my opinion, this is how one should be doing. And if one does this, one gets, absolved of all the sins, one gets liberated from this material world and whatnot. Such a big promise Krishna was making. And of course, it's true. But in this shloka, what's happening? Krishna is saying, Yetva etad abhayu suyanto, which means those people who out of envy for whom? Envy for Krishna. People can be envious of Krishna, envious of God. They think, why should God be God? Why should Krishna be God? Even I can be God. There are people in this world who say everybody is God. I can be God, you can be God. But as we have seen this, as we have proved this, God is always God. Gods can't be made in a factory. It's not that we are born a human, the normal way humans are born out of their mother's wombs, crying, and they need to be looked after in their childhood, right? And then later on, they become gods. But Krishna, when he was born, as soon as he was born, he killed a 19-kilometer high demoness called Putna. Yes, on the 7th day of his life. How old is a 7-day-old baby? When he was 7 days old, Krishna, delivered Putana. He just didn't kill her because she had come to kill him. She didn't just kill her. He actually liberated Putna. Putna went to his, kingdom, the kingdom of God. She became a Dhaima there. He gave her the status of his mother in the spiritual world. That's how considerate Krishna is. And that's how powerful. So God is God right from the moment he comes into this world. And even before that, he's eternally God. So he's saying that people who out of envy of me, they disregard my teachings. They disrespect my opinions. Because Krishna's opinions are not just simple anybody's opinions. Krishna's opinions are laws. They are the whole truths, undeniable truths, and we can't meddle with them. So Krishna says those who do not agree with them, those who are full of envy for me, what happens to them? They are sarvagyan vimudham stan, which means their entire knowledge is destroyed. They become bereft of all knowledge. Whatever knowledge they have gained will be destroyed one day. And what else? They will be befooled and they will be ruined. That's a heavy word Krishna is using. They will be ruined in their endeavors for perfection, which means whatever we are trying to do in this world, whatever siddhis we are trying to achieve in this world, whatever happinesses we are running after, whatever power, position, money, whatever we are running after will come to no avail. It will all just be destroyed. So Krishna is using heavy words to say out of his concern for all of us, just to make the children understand the gravity of the situation. The parents sometimes have to use heavy words, otherwise the children just take it lightly, And again, as we said, although Krishna is saying this is my opinion. Now Krishna is a very soft personality. He's a very considerate personality. So he's just saying my opinion, but actually the words that come out from his mouth become the Vedas. They are the laws by which we must all abide if we want the best for ourselves. Now, Srila Prabhupada gives a short but a very powerful purport. Srila Prabhupada says, the flaw of not being Krishna conscious is clearly stated herein. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you do not become Krishna conscious, this is what is going to happen to you. This is the flaw of your life. Many times, people, when they're suffering, they say, what's the reason? I haven't done anything wrong in my life. What's the reason I'm getting so much trouble? God is giving so much trouble to me, But it's not God who's sitting there to deliver troubles to us. He's not a trouble distributor. He has better work to do. Actually, he has no work to do. He is God, but this whole place runs by the laws of nature, and the laws of nature have been written by Krishna. As you sow, so shall you reap. And therefore Krishna says, if you obey those laws that I have told, you will be happy, you will be delivered. But if you don't obey those laws, then you are going to be a loser. You will be a loser. That's what Krishna says here. Now, suppose there is a person who goes to a new place, a new land, and doesn't really know the land's law, and somebody tells him it's a crime to walk on the left side of the road. So he says, no, I don't know this law and I don't believe in it. I don't believe in this law. I will do as I please. I will walk on the right, I will walk on the left. Nobody will stop me. Nobody can stop me. Now, just because a person doesn't know the law or doesn't believe in the law doesn't make him immune to it. Yes, because if a person is disobeying the law enforcement officials are going to come, maybe the policeman or whatever, they will come and they will arrest you for obeying the law of the land. Similarly, there are laws that Krishna has made to live in this material world, because he is the creator of the material world, and he has written out some laws to govern this. So if we are not listening to him, if we are not listening to the laws, and if we just turn our face away from him, saying, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in Bhagavad Gita, I don't believe in the Shastras, I don't believe in the Vedas, it's not that our belief is going to make it happen. So since if there is a punishment for not obeying the law of a land, there is a punishment for not obeying the law of this nature as well, and we cannot escape it. Just by saying that I don't believe is not going to help. That's what we are saying. Now, what is being written here further is that as there is a punishment for disobedience to the order of the Supreme Executive Head, so there is certainly punishment for disobedience to the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So straightforward, a powerful statement. And a disobedient person, however great he may be, is ignorant of his own self and of the Supreme Brahman, Paramatma, and the personality of Godhead due to a vacant heart. Therefore, there is no hope for perfection of life for him. So Srila Prabhupada says, even if we think that we have earned a lot of knowledge, we have become very knowledgeable, we are philosophers, we are scientists, we are gyanis, we know so much in this world. But Srila Prabhupada says, if you don't know yourself and if you don't know God in his three forms, what are the three forms? Let's have a quick revision of this. God he manifests himself in three forms. He manifests himself as a light, as an all-pervading light, as the light which actually is present in every corner of the spiritual and the material world. That's called Brahman. And he manifests himself as the Paramatma sitting in every Jiva's heart, in every living entity's heart, be it a human, a dog, a tree, whatever living entity. So Krishna manifests himself as the Paramatma in everyone's heart. And third, he is himself. He is his own person. He is his own personality of Godhead, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or Bhagavan Krishna. The Bhagavan Krishna about whom we have heard so many kathas, so many stories of how magnanimous he is, how beautiful he is, and what leelas he performs when he comes here on earth. And those leelas are eternally going on in so many multiple universes that he has created, as well as eternally going on in the spiritual world where he dwells permanently. So Srila Prabhupada is saying here that a disobedient person, a person who chooses to turn his face away from Krishna, is a big loser in life, because however much he thinks he is advancing, he is actually always back to square one, or rather back to square zero, if I may modify the saying a bit. You see, a person who doesn't know himself, I don't remember, somebody said this, somebody great said this, I think Aristotle, what have you gained in this world if you have lost your own soul? I'm not putting it in the exact words, but that was the purport of the statement, that even if you conquer the whole world, you have conquered nothing if you haven't conquered yourself, your own soul, if you don't know about yourself. So there are people who don't know that they're not these bodies, they're souls, they're the eternal souls. This body is only temporary. We are going to move on to another body after this. If we do not perform devotion properly, then we will keep circulating, circumambulating this material world, time again and again and again and again. This is what we have been doing probably for, millions of years now. We will continue to do that. We will continue to suffer. We will continue to suffer a little less at certain times and think we are happy, but basically we are going to suffer more or less. Anyways, so that's what the purport of this shloka is, that an envious person, a person who envies God and who does not respect his opinions. For example, there are so many people in this world who try to refute what Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. When Krishna says that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead, people say, oh look, he's such a, he's so full of himself. Krishna is calling himself God. Well, Krishna is just stating the truth. But because we are so full of ourselves, we see Krishna in the same light, or with eyes tinted with selfishness, self-centeredness. So Krishna is just telling us the truth, that I am the Supreme. Don't waste your time here and there. Come straight to me. When Krishna says that those who do not obey me, so people say, what is this, those who don't obey me? Is Krishna giving us a dhamki? Is he kind of threatening us? Well, you may think what you like, but he's just like a father who's trying to warn us that if we don't walk the right path, we will fall. When Krishna says that do your duties and offer the fruits to me, so people say, if we offer the fruits to Krishna, then what will we enjoy? We are here for enjoyment. Krishna says, rise above the sense of proprietorship, rise above the feeling of me and mine. And people say, well, if we don't think of people as mine, how are we going to make relationships? How is this world going to run? Well, how to run this world is not our problem. The world will run anyways. So people find faults with what Krishna has said in the Shastras, but by doing so, what are they doing? They're just trying to ensure their position in hell. Well, that's a little heavy, I know, but it's the truth. When we pick up the Shastras, in so many different Shastras, like the Upanishads, the Purans, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, everywhere, the same thing is written. Right? So it's really for our own good if we understand that following Krishna's instructions is in our best interest. That's if we want to do the best for ourselves, we should follow the instructions of Krishna. And with that, let's take a break today, but we will meet soon this time. Definitely, it's a promise. So please carry on with me as I'm trying to understand Bhagavad Gita and share what I have learned from my acharyas, from my senior Vaishnavas at ISKCON Faridabad, and on the, ISKCON around the world. Such a wonderful community. ISKCON is such a wonderful community where we actually get a family, a spiritual family to confide in, to carry on our spiritual journey in. So really, we can, carry out our devotional practices only by being associated with a spiritual family. Alone, we can't do it. So please do come and visit ISKCON Faridabad or any other ISKCON that's the closest to you in vicinity. And please try and get associated to understand what is the value of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, Japa and Kirtan. What is the value of reading the Shastras like Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, and devote at least some time every day to the study of these Shastras and for chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. That's my humble and earnest request to you to perfect your life. Please chant and read Shastras.